Foothill boys basketball and McFarland girls basketball had already made history making it to the state championship. They just had one last thing to do, try to get that final win of the season and bring home the state title. The 2018-19 Foothill Trojans were playing in their first state championship, in search of the program's second overall after the team won it back in 1988. The obstacle in this team's way was Mount Shasta in the D5 final. The Trojans got off to a great start, looking confident on the big stage. Sophomore guard Jaden Phillips led the team with 25 points, showing off his range. And Edward Turner warmed up in the second quarter. He'd finish with 12. The Bears would stay right behind the Trojans, but Foothill would use its size and talent to hit its stride in the second half. Elijah Seals puts up a big-time dunk here, 2 of his 22 points. Although having never played on this big of a stage, the Trojans were playing like they had been there before, maybe taking a note from the '88 squad. And that was enough to beat the Bears 78-66, and it took 31 years, but Foothill is bringing a second banner back to the Hill.
You know, when we come from Bakersfield, a lot of times we just talk about winning a section championship. We never fully imagined being a part of this state basketball championship tournament. And the fact that we're here today, man, it tastes really good.
Definitely, it's just amazing. It's amazing that Trojans finally able to do this.
Next up, it was McFarland's chance, playing in the D3 state title game against Oakland. And the Cougars were looking to bring back McFarland's first ever girls basketball state title. The stands painted in red, and the Cougars with the sweet sneaks, they were able to keep it tight in the first. Senior Julie Hernandez putting up good points in her return from injury in the regional title game. She'd finish with 9. And as she's done all season, Nelly Diaz led the team in scoring, knocking down 13 points. But aggressive shooting from the Wildcats and trap defense allowed Oakland to pull away in the second half. McFarland would fall 51-35. Despite the loss, Cougar Nation stood strong as their ladies claimed second place, wrapping a season of highs for the Cougars, but this one will take some time to let go.
I can say I've been proud of this team since day one. I've known these girls all my life. We've gone this far, and I love them.
The game started and we told them to leave their hearts on the court. And I believe the 5, the 6, I believe they all left on the court. And when you do that, there's no shame in your game. You know what? You're proud of a great season. And I got a feeling other chapters are to come pretty soon.
So we got to see both ends of the emotional spectrum here on the court at Golden One Center. The highs of winning a state championship and, of course, the lows of falling just short. But there's one thing that both of these teams will be bringing back to Kern County, and that is pride, as they both represented their schools and the county well here in Sacramento, playing for a state championship and, of course, making history for their schools. From the Golden One Center in Sacramento, I'm Carrie Osep for 23 ABC Sports.